Hey, what's going on everyone? Matthew from therighttrader.com back today with another daily crypto update. Today, unfortunately, we saw cryptos fall down lower again and overall quite a bit of struggle over the past 24 hours, which is normal considering that we did get quite a big run up and bounce. But of course, it's just natural and healthy that we do get a pullback after that type of move. I'm going to be talking about where we might be seeing our next bounce and basically, how quickly will it take for us to regain bullish momentum and to start moving higher again. Don't forget to check out my technical analysis master course. I will actually have a very limited 10 coupons only available in the description of this video. Use code TRT40 to get 40% off. And like I said, there's only going to be 10 coupon codes available. So make sure to pick that up as soon as possible because it will be limited. I'll link to all of that in the description of this video. And with that being said, also make sure to check me out on Twitter. There'll also be the link to that in the description of this video for regular market updates. Not that much news going on overall. We're just seeing, the market take its time and doing what it needs to do, right, to set itself up correctly. What we can, the only thing we can do really is just pay attention and really notice the signals, notice weakness or strength, and that's what I'm here for. So over the past 24 hours, like I said, definitely a pretty decent pullback here. A lot of cryptos down about 5%. And with that being said, we're going to jump right into the technical analysis, starting off with Bitcoin. So what happened with Bitcoin is we finally came up on a resistance at, specifically it was at $6,800, right? That's where we kind of peaked, and it's normal because there was resistance in that area. That was also where our middle band was at, so I'll go ahead and draw in that horizontal resistance level. What we need to look for next is basically, are we going to stabilize where we are right now? As we speak, it actually is looking a little bit better than just a few hours ago, and maybe we're going to be able to stick around $6,500. However, there is a possibility that we do come back and test our uptrend line. That would be completely healthy. The only point where we may see a little bit more concerning weakness if we start moving below our option line and move back down towards $6,000, right? No matter what happens over the next couple weeks, we absolutely need to stay above $6,000 because if we move back below that, that's when we're going to start, moving back towards $5,000 or $4,000, and we obviously want to avoid that. So the best confirmation to know that we're going to be moving higher would be to stay above $6,000 and just keep this uptrend going. As soon as we get back above $6,800, that's going to allow for another opportunity to push towards $7,000 and above. As far as the indicators, what we're going to be looking for is making sure that we don't go back below the 30 line on the RSI and that our MACD, the blue line over here, remains above the orange line. As long as those two things are satisfied, then we're still bullish basically, right? Because we're doing much better than we were just a few weeks ago, and you have to keep in mind that we did, experience so much weakness over the last couple months that we can't just go back up and spike all the way to where we were previously, right? Where it's going to take some time, we're going to have some up and downs, but what matters is the trend uptrending, right? That's what really matters here. And as long as we're uptrending, then we have to let things take their time, but we just want to make sure that that's satisfied. Probably going to take a little bit of time, a few weeks to just slowly but surely rebuild that momentum. Like I said, we may actually start bouncing higher again pretty quickly within the next week or two, maybe even getting back above $7,000 if there's enough strength. Don't expect, a move above $10,000 right away, right? That's just not realistic. Let's go ahead and take a look at Ethereum, see what's going on. Ethereum is currently right in symmetrical triangle formation, very small doji candlestick, which is actually kind of a decent sign. I think that that basically hints at some stabilization. So we'll probably bounce a bit up and down, but basically I think that we are going to reach the end of the formation here at around $450. And what that means is, if we move higher or lower within the next 2 to 3 weeks, we're probably going to overall remain relatively flat by the end of that and reach the end of our formation before either moving higher or lower. Right now, we can still be hopeful that we are going to be moving higher since the indicators have stabilized and they actually broke out towards the upside. So that could be a hint towards what's coming with the price. Let's take a look at Litecoin now, see what's going on. So Litecoin is dropping a bit lower again. It actually had regained some strength, but it came up on its middle band, and that's really where it faced a lot of resistance. You can see the longer upper wicks. So we're pulling back from there. We do have some support at around $80. Can fully expect to bounce at that area. The critical support level for Litecoin is going to be that $70 mark, right? No matter what happens over the next couple of weeks, we want to make sure that we're above $70. and right now our indicators are still bullish, right? We got out of that downtrend. That's really what matters here. Basically, facing resistance from that middle band, very typical. And after we end up stabilizing a bit, we should be able to get back above that and really start moving back towards $100 and above. Let's take a look at our next cryptocurrency, which is going to be Nano. Overall, Nano has remained relatively stable, which is a good thing. Right now, currently sitting at around right under 40,000 Satoshis. So you can see the consolidation is pretty clear here. We were first below 38,000 Satoshis. Now we're currently above that. I expect a little bit more consolidation in this area, and then hopefully getting back above Satoshis. Now let's go ahead and take a look at our next cryptocurrency, which is going to be Ripple. See what's going on. So we're going to take a look at the Bittrex chart here. Ripple is struggling to get back above 50 cents. You can see three lower highs here with those longer upper wicks. Basically, a lot of resistance coming in once again from that middle band, right? That's a pattern that's being seen on a lot of crypto charts right now, and that just happens to be in line with its big resistance level at 50 cents. So not going to be easy to get back above that. What matters here is we want to not move below 40 cents. Actually, the low of this candlestick over here, which is precisely 44 cents. So that is our critical support level to avoid, going down to 30 cents. As long as we're above that, we should be hopeful that, we'll remain in the Bollinger Band range and basically slowly but surely get back above 50 cents and move higher from there. Let's take a look at our next cryptocurrency, which is going to be, let's see, next up is NEO, and then we're going to cover EOS. So taking a look at NEO, we can see that we came up on that $43 mark. That's exactly what I predicted. Very nice move higher, right? Very strong candlesticks, but we finally came up on that resistance. I'll go ahead and put in our uptrend line, but you'll see that it is pretty steep, so it might not be that easy to remain above it. We'll see over the next few days, right? We'll know pretty quickly within the next day or two if we're going to end up moving below that. If we do, probably going to see a little bit more consolidation than previously expected. If we are able to remain above it, however, we'll probably get a breakout, right? Right now, it is a little bit more likely that we end up moving below our uptrend line and probably stabilizing somewhere around $35 as we wait to get that next push higher. Let's take a look at EOS now, see what's going on. So we're going to take a look at the Binance chart here, and what you can see is, once again, resistance from that middle band that pushed those candlesticks lower and created that pullback. Right now we're still in a pretty healthy area with a lot of support, meaning right above 13,000 Satoshis, and as long as we're above that, we're still fine. So a lot of support right now on the technicals for the EOS chart, and the indicators, especially the MACD and histogram, just turned bullish. So actually looking pretty good here still. And like I said, as long as we don't get a big drop below 13,000 Satoshis, we're still fully in an area where we have stability and support. Let's take a look at our next cryptocurrency, which is going to be Lisk, see what's going on. So going over to the Bittrex chart, we can see that Lisk did drop back below its downtrend line with that pretty big red candlestick, now back below its middle band as well. And that is probably going to cause a bit of a pullback as well in the indicators here. So definitely expect those to be kicked back down a little bit. But our Bollinger Bands are still pretty flat, meaning that we are probably going to start to consolidate around $5.24. And then, over the next few weeks, we really want to try to get back above $6.24, where we have much more support after that. Let's go ahead and take a look at Cardano to see what's going on. We're going to take a look at the Bittrex chart here. And Cardano also ended up dropping below its middle band. It did temporarily get back above that, but, with the pullback of the general market, wasn't able to hold. And we got those series of lower highs here. Quite a bit of selling volume, and indicators getting kicked back down, especially the RSI. So what I think this means is, bounce area would be potentially 2,158 Satoshis, or we could even fall back down to our 2,000 Satoshi support level, basically where our uptrend line is at. I don't really see us moving below that either way. There's just too many layers of support there, and that's a good thing, right? As long as we're above that, the uptrend is still continuing. Let's go ahead and take a look at our last cryptocurrency of the daily crypto update. That's going to be IOTA. And right now, IOTA is right above $1.13. That's one of its key support levels. Now, what we really don't want to move below is back below $1, but we are actually holding up surprisingly well right now. We'll see if we're able to stay above our middle band. That would obviously be ideal, but we're getting in this pretty tight range where we're going to face a lot of pressure from the downside due to the downtrend line, and that may end up pushing us back down towards $1. Really, as long as we don't start dropping too much below that and we're able to get back above our downtrend line within the next, couple weeks, then we're really still better than we were before and pretty safe. Like, go ahead and zoom out a bit. We are still downtrending, unfortunately, compared to some other cryptocurrencies. We did break out of this shorter term downtrend line over here, which is already good, but should be noticed that we would want to see a little bit more stability here for IOTA to really make sure that we're not going to get another drop. I just went ahead and extended some of the longer term trend lines, and what we'll see here is a symmetrical triangle formation, which actually indicates that we will be heading towards right around $1, maybe a tad below that, near 97, 98 cents. And basically that's where the end of a symmetrical triangle formation is. As you know, that's usually the area where we end up reaching in this formation. That'll take, like I said, a few weeks. Once we reach that area, then we'll either be ready to move higher or lower, but it'll give us a pretty clear idea of where we'll be heading next. With that being said, thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.